Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Clarity. My name is Sahil, and this is the channel where we talk all about blockchain and cryptocurrency. So, in today's video, we will be going over the Silicon Valley Bank news and how it has changed the course of the Bitcoin market and cryptocurrency market as we are seeing it of today. And if you are not aware of what's going on in this situation, then you need to watch this video to make sure that you understand the situation and you don't panic about it. So let's get right into it. So if you're not aware of the Silicon Valley Bank collapse, then this is the news that you need to watch because it is the second biggest bank failure in US in the history of financial history in US, and it is one of the biggest since 2008 financial crisis. And this is one of the domino effect that we have been hearing from a lot of analysts in world about this kind of issue, and this has happened recently. So we need to be really careful about what is going to happen after this. So, Silicon Valley Bank, as the name says, it is a bank in Silicon Valley who had a lot of startups, money, people who used to get funding from different places, different venture capitalists. They used to put it in this bank. So, startups in Silicon Valley, especially crypto startups, this bank had a lot of leverage on that side of the industry. So, Silicon Valley was a state chartered commercial bank headquartered in Santa Clara, California, and primary subsidiary of SVB Financial Group. So you can see it was founded in 1983. A lot of people had their trust in it, uh, and obviously it fell down after the recent news. So if you go look at the recent news that was related to this, you will see um, how it happened. A lot of leverage was in play there. People were not having enough capital in their banking, so there was a bank run, and it happened. What happened in 2008 as well. So on Friday, bank regulators closed Silicon Valley. Its failure was the second largest in US history and largest since the financial crisis of 2008. So 2008 was the inflection point where Bitcoin was created, and it was because of this kind of issues in our current financial system. So this is another huge deal. If you know what happened in 2008, uh, better watch movies for it. The Big Short is one of the famous one with Michael Burry, his real story about it. So this is something similar to that in current space. And if you see, will other banks fail? There is a question about that. So again, huge news, and it has a lot of effect on people's psychology about banks, and they know that if this second largest biggest bank can fail, then obviously there are many other banks worldwide which are doing whatever they can, but no one knows about it. So as they rushed to contain fallout, the government regulators at the Federal Reserve, Treasury, and Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation announced in joint statement on Sunday that depositors in Silicon Valley Bank would have to access all their money starting Monday. They'd enact a similar program for Signature Bank. They stressed that a bank losses would not be borne by taxpayers but by bank shareholders. So what happened? The surface story of Silicon Valley debacle is straightforward. During the pandemic, startups and technology companies enjoyed heady profits, some of which they deposited in Silicon Valley Bank. Flush with their cash, the bank did what banks do. It kept a traction on hand and invested the rest. So this is one of the biggest fraud in human history. It's called fractional reserve. So if you don't know how current banking system works, this is how it works. If you put $10 in your bank account, for example, you you want to take out all of it, you won't get it like that because bank doesn't have all of your money. It lends it out. So usually in this case, sometimes bank only keeps 1% or 10% of your uh, you know total deposit, and then it leverages it with debt and try to give debt to others from your money. So that is the bad part about the current banking system, and If you don't know about that, then definitely watch out for videos related to that, because it is something that everyone needs to know. So, as someone curious like myself, you might be wondering how this is related to cryptocurrency space. So, I will tell you about why and how it is connected to the crypto space, and why the Bitcoin pump that we saw in last couple of days, it's 11% high in last 7 days, and it's almost sitting at 24,740 right now. So this has a huge potential of use case, because this was the time where we saw the reason why Bitcoin was created in first place. So Bitcoin, as most of you would know, was created after the 2008 financial crisis, where banks were bailed out by the government, especially Lehman Brothers, which was a bigger bank, and obviously a lot of taxpayer money was going into it. So that was not fair, and that's the reason Bitcoin was created. And as soon as we saw this news recently with the Silicon Valley Bank, people thought that they won't be able to get their money if bank runs starting to happen. So that happened, and now you see that Bitcoin prices has pumped. So this is a correlation to the situation that we saw. The price almost reached 26,514, and now it's came back down a bit. But that's the reason you see that price go up, because people have put their trust in Bitcoin again, and they know that this is their centralized, not centralized bank, and they can take it with them. So if people have some money in the bank, they can put it here in Bitcoin, and their value will be preserved. At least they will hold the keys for this. The bank, which can be closed anytime, and their money won't be given back to them. There's no guarantee about it. But Bitcoin, if you have that, people know that they can take it anywhere in the world. All they need is their crypto keys for that. So this is really important to see right now, and that's why I wanted to create this video, to make you aware of the situation, and obviously see the bright side of this and not the bad side of it, because this is the bright side about Bitcoin, that it was created for this only purpose, and it's doing its job. So it hasn't stopped doing the job, and the blockchain still works fine. Nothing has changed in the Bitcoin world. So you need to be aware that these collapses around financial system will keep on happening, and this is the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto. Whoever he was, he wanted to create a world where there is equity in financial markets, and this is only possible with something that is not in control of people and other financial institutions. So this is it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.